update. Former Governor Rick Scott wrapped up business in Tallahassee today. He was there front and center as his successor took the oath of office. Then he flew to Washington and has a new title and new job of his own. Washington Bureau reporter Samantha-Jo joining us live at 5:05 tonight. S.J. Scott was sworn in as a U.S. Senator just less than an hour ago.
Veronica, this is a day that now Senator Rick Scott and his family, along with his team, have been patiently waiting for. If you remember, Scott beat incumbent Senator Bill Nelson by narrow margins, which actually triggered multiple recounts. Now, Vice President Mike Pence administered the oath of office on the floor of the U.S. Senate today. Now, the Senate Majority Leader actually made an exception, allowed him to be sworn in 5 days late in order to finish out his term as governor. As a result, he is now the most junior member of the U.S. Senate, but this has not impacted his committee assignments for the 116th Congress. The junior senator snagged a seat on the powerful Budget Committee. He'll also serve on Armed Services, Commerce, Homeland Security, and the Special Committee on Aging. Many of these assignments are the same as his predecessor, former Senator Bill Nelson. Now, Scott acknowledges it's time to deal with this government funding crisis right away.
I'm going to get to work. I'm going to be talking to people to see how I can be helpful. I'll reach out to the president. I'm going to do everything I can to move the process along. I want government to work. That's why I tried to make sure it happened in Florida.
Now, Scott is kicking off his term holding a high-dollar fundraiser for his political committee here in Washington. For $100,000, donors get 10 tickets to a VIP reception and a photo op with Senator Scott. That money goes to Scott's new Republican PAC, not him nor his campaign. As the government enters the 18th day of this partial shutdown, some members of the Florida delegation say raising money while thousands of federal workers are going unpaid is not appropriate.
That shows you how out of touch he is with regular Americans that are living in Florida. 13,000 Floridians right now are going without pay. And I have to tell you that today, actually, I wrote a letter asking Senator Rubio and Senator Scott to take on the legislation that we passed last Thursday, which is a bipartisan bill to reopen the government.
Now, the Sunshine Black Tie Ball will be happening at the exact same time as the president addresses the nation on the government shutdown. Now, Scott told reporters he will not support any legislation that would reopen the government without any border security. For now, we're live on Capitol Hill. Samantha-Jo, Spectrum, BN9.
SJ.